A big salute, family. This your brother K. Judah, giving all praise to the Most High Yah and faith in Yahshua HaMashiach. To the Israelite family worldwide, I say peace and blessings. Big salute to the CUC family, the FOPE family, and the ADUIC family. What I'm going to deal with today, family, there are some things that happen in the Bible, some supernatural things that Yahshua did, and we're going to take a look at it. So I called this the supernatural things Yahshua did in the scriptures. The supernatural things Yahshua did in the scriptures. And it's only like 4 things that I'm going to show. And then I'm going to get up out of here. He did some things that we should pay attention to. And even though he was in a flesh and blood body, he still was able to do things that the natural man is not able to do. So I'm going to show you the first one. I'm going to show you the first one that he did. That was beautiful. Let's go to the book of John. The book of John, chapter 20. Now, after I read this, the word that we will use today is teleport. Teleporting. That's the word that we will use today. I don't know what Yahshua would call it in his time. But what we would call a person going from one place to another place, just like that, teleporting. Did he do such a thing? Let's see. Let's see. This is John chapter 20. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. Then I'll tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. John chapter 20 and verse 1. And then I'll tell y'all when I am going to skip down. And it reads, the first day of the week, cometh Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and said the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Let me say this. Not only is it always good to learn some on your way to learning something, we have a lot of people who say the disciples' accounts don't add up. But this is why I always say common sense must always supply. Why, K. Judah? One disciple may say the first day of the week, Mary got there. Another disciple gonna say, not only did Mary get there, but there was 2 angels sitting at the inside the tomb. One on one side, one on the other side. Another disciple gonna say an angel came down and rolled away the stone. They all giving the same account, but one went a little further than the other. It all add up. Because it all say in the first day of the week, coming Mary Magdalene. They all say that. It's just one went a little further to explain what he saw. So use common sense that the disciples are all speaking the same thing, no different than the precepts. One precept will go further than the other precept. One precept extend telling you more of the story than another. Sometimes you got to go on the outside of the Bible to get the answer for things written in the 66. Common sense must apply. It must apply. I had to say that for the gainsayers who keep telling us throw away the New Testament because it's something wrong with it, too many lies in it, too many contradictions. But when I asked them to show me see, thank you, Father, for equipping me so sharp with your sword that I leave no wiggle room for your gainsaying. Show me contradictions, and I guarantee you the Bible would debunk them. The Bible will debunk them. Bring your accusations against the Holy Scriptures, and the Bible will debunk all your lies, especially in the hands of the right humble servant of Yah he has chosen. I guarantee you, whether there's a sister, whether there's a brother, if they are really chosen by Yah and walking in the spirit of Yah, they will destroy your lies one by one. So let's get back to this, because I'm sick of the gang saying, if you don't believe, put the Bible down. Verse 1 again. And big salute to all the beloved family in the chat, all my sisters. Big salute to you all. John chapter 20, verse 1 again. The first day of the week, coming Mary Magdalene early, when it was yet dark, unto the sepulchre, and see the stone taken away from the sepulchre. Then she runneth and cometh to Simon Peter and to the other disciples, whom Yahshua loved, and said unto them, they have taken away the Lord out of the sepulchre, and we know not where they have laid him. Peter therefore went forth, and the other disciples, and came to the sepulchre, and they ran both together. And the other disciples did outrun Peter, and came first to the sepulchre. And he stooping down, and looking in, saw the linen clothes lying, yet went he not in. Now jump down. Watch this. Watch this, family. This is powerful, man. Watch this. Jump down to verse 10. Verse 10. Then the disciples went away again unto their own home. But Mary stood without at the sepulchre weeping. And as she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre, and said the two angels in white sitting, the one at the head and the other at the feet, where the body of Yahshua had lain. And they said unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? She said unto them, Because they have taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have laid him. And when she had thus said, she turned herself back and saw Yahshua standing, and knew not that it was Yahshua. Yahshua said unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, said unto him, Sir, if thou have borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. That's something to pay attention to. She did not recognize Yahshua. Let me say that again. She did not recognize Yahshua. For whatever reason, she did not recognize Yahshua until he said this. Verse 16. Yahshua said unto her, Mary. She turned herself and said unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. Yahshua said unto her, Touch me not. Now, I didn't already explain this. If you go to Leviticus 23, the people of the land always had to bring the first fruit to the priest. And the morrow after the Sabbath day, which is the first day of the week, they had to bring it before the Lord and wave it to be accepted. Let me say that again. The first fruit of your increase, your land, you could not touch it until the priest on the morrow after the Sabbath day waved it before the Lord. What is Yahshua? 1 Corinthians 15:23. I tell you that he's the first fruit from the dead. Oh, that's why Mary could not touch him, because he had to be waved before the Father. He had to be accepted before the Father on the morrow after the Sabbath day. So he rose on the Sabbath, but when they got there, it was what? The first day of the week. So he's the first fruit from the dead. Mary could not touch him until he went to heaven and was accepted by the Father. So I had to let the people know that, so you can understand why he told Mary, touch me not. No different than your first fruit of your land. Verse 17 again. Yahshua said unto her, touch me not, for I am not yet ascended. There you go. There go your answer. I am not yet ascended. So that means he had to go ascend unto the Father that same day. But once he ascended and came back down, what did he let them do? Touch him. Touch him. Verse 17 again. Yahshua said unto her, touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren, and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father, and to my Elohim and your Elohim. Mary Magdalene came and told the disciples that she have seen our Elohim, and that he have spoken these things unto her. Then the same day at evening, listen, family, then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, the same day, when the doors were shut. When the doors were shut, the doors are closed now. For fear of the Jews came Yahshua and stood in the midst of them. What will we call that today? Teleporting. The doors are closed, family. He didn't knock on the door. He did not walk through the door. He came out of nowhere and boom, he was standing in front of them. Supernatural event that man cannot explain. And that's why they was fearful to see something like that. Can you imagine? You turn around and a person is standing right there and you don't know where they came from? That is what Yahshua did in front of his disciples. He went from wherever he was and just like that, he was standing in front of them. What we call that today is called teleporting. If you go look up what teleporting is, it's going to tell you to go from one place to another in an instance. Just like that. Just like that, family. So there's one event, supernatural thing that he did. Let's look at another one. Let me show you that Philip, when he was talking to the Ethiopian eunuch, I want y'all to pay attention to something that we should all pay attention to. Because I don't like to say that you are not paying attention to it. I like to say we all need to pay attention to it. Because when we read the scripture, sometimes we miss things. And as we go back and read it, then we get it. And we get other things. So when we are not missing these things on purpose, family, it's just at the time, it wasn't revealed to us until we went over it again. And then y'all opened up our eyes to these revelations. So let me show you what happened with Philip. But I want you to pay close attention to the Ethiopian eunuch and where he's coming from. And this is going to seal the deal that Jerusalem could not be in Ethiopia because he came from Ethiopia to Jerusalem. Let me read it to the people. The stuff that people say. This is Acts chapter 8. Acts chapter 8. And I'm going to pick it up at verse 26. We're going to get straight to the point. Now, the angel is telling Philip to get to the chariot of this Ethiopian eunuch. Now, we know that our people were scattered in that time in, different lands. So this Ethiopian eunuch is coming from Ethiopia to Jerusalem to worship. Why? Most likely this was the Israelites scattered in Ethiopia. Everybody was not in Judea. How we know that? Because when they kept Pentecost, did it not say they came from every nation under heaven to keep the day of Pentecost? Devout Jews out of every nation. So this Ethiopian eunuch is an Israelite. We know this. That's why Philip got himself to the chariot according to the angel. Now we're going to pick it up at verse 26 to 40. And I want y'all to pay attention to this. Watch what it say. Verse 26, Acts chapter 8 and verse 26 to 40, and it reads, And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise, and go toward the south, unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. Listen again. Go down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. I'm going to say it again. Go down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. Why you said it 3 times, K. Judah? Because of this right here. Verse 27. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia. Hold up. He said, go from Jerusalem and get you to this man of Ethiopia, a eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopia, who have all the charge of her treasure, and have come to Jerusalem. Hold up, man. I thought Jerusalem was in Ethiopia. Why are you coming to Jerusalem? I thought Jerusalem was in Ethiopia. Why are you coming to Jerusalem if you are already in Jerusalem? Because you have the treasure of all that belong to the queen of Ethiopia. So that means Philip should have came to you, who was already in Ethiopia. But you are coming to Jerusalem, and the angel tell Philip that he see you. Get to this chariot, this Ethiopian eunuch, who is coming to Jerusalem. No, I thought Jerusalem was in Ethiopia. So why are you coming to Jerusalem if it's in Ethiopia? Y'all see how this stuff you gotta go by what y'all say, family. That's all I'm telling you. Don't go by what man say. Go by what your father say. This Ethiopian eunuch is coming from Ethiopia. He not going to Ethiopia to Jerusalem. He's coming from Ethiopia to go to Jerusalem, who they say is in Ethiopia. Woo, make it make sense, man. Let me read verse 27 again. Jesus. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, an eunuch under great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopia, who had the charge of all her treasure, and have come to Jerusalem for to worship, was returning, and sitting in his chariot, read Isaiah the prophet. Then the Spirit said unto Philip, go near, and join thyself to this chariot. And Philip ran thither to him, and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, understanding what thou readest? And he said, how can I, except some man shall guide me? See, we all got to be guided again, family. We came out the church, and we all have to be guided again, family. And this another thing, the truth. When I say truth, I'm talking about unadulterated truth. I'm talking about the truth that will make you free is in the scriptures. It's not in private interpretation. It's not in what man think. It's not in what man giving his opinion. When you hear man tell you, this is my opinion, you know without a shadow of a doubt, this is not a man that Yah is using to feed his sheep. Why, K. Judah? Because men who speak the oracles of Yah don't give opinions. You must ain't hear me in the back. Men who are chosen by Yah and Yahshua, we don't give opinions. We tell you what thus said the Lord. We don't tell you what's on our mind. We tell you what thus said the Lord. Did not the Bible say, seek ye out of the book and read? So if you want me to seek, he didn't say seek my own thoughts. He didn't say lean to my own understanding. He says seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read in Isaiah 34:16. He say, blessed is he that read it. Oh, so that means I got to read, not give opinions. Opinions mean nothing to the Lord, family. It's what we can prove and what we can validate. And the scriptures are all true, and I can validate what I can read. If I ain't doing that, I'm doing myself a disservice, and I'm doing a flock a disservice. And we're not going to play that game. So for all the teachers out there, nobody care about your opinion. Bag up everything with your scriptures, or you doing y'all's people a disservice. And that's the bottom line. Verse 30 again. And Philip ran thither to him and heard him read the prophet Isaiah, and said, understandest thou what thou readest? And he said, how can I, except some man should guide me? And he desired Philip that he would come up and sit with him. The place of the scriptures which he read was this: he was led as a sheep to the slaughter, and like a lamb dumb before his shears, so he opened not his mouth. Talking about Yahshua. In his humiliation, his judgment was taken away. And who should declare his generation? For his life is taken from the earth. They killed him without a cause. And the eunuch answered Philip and said, I pray thee, of whom speaketh the prophet this? Of himself or of some other man? So he want to ask, who is he talking about? Himself or another person? Verse 35. Then Philip opened his mouth and began at the same scripture, and preach unto him Yahshua. And as they went on their way, they came into a certain water. And the eunuch said, see, here is the water. What do hinder me to be baptized? And Philip said, if thou believest with all thy heart that thou mayest. And he answered and said, I believe that Yahshua HaMashiach is the son of the living Elohim. And he commanded the chariot to stand still. And they went down both into the water, both Philip and the eunuch, and he baptized him. Listen, family, listen. Watch this supernatural event. Verse 39, family. And when they came out of the water, Philip and the eunuch, as they came out of the water, they both came out the water together. As they came out the water, the Spirit of the Lord caught away Philip. How did he do this, man? What you mean you caught him away? Listen, family. What we call this today is called teleporting. He caught him away. Boom, they was gone. Listen. Verse 39 one more time. And when they came up out of the water, the Spirit of the Lord caught away Philip, that the eunuch saw him no more. It was that quick. It was that fast. It was that quick. In that instance, Philip and that angel was gone. Out of sight, out of mind. A supernatural event that happened in the scriptures. That's number two. That's number two. The first one I just showed you is when Yahshua popped up in front of the disciples while the doors was closed. He didn't walk through the door. He didn't knock on the door. He just appeared out of nowhere. The same thing when Yahshua appeared in front of them, it's the same thing that the angel just displayed in taking away Philip. They was gone just like that. That's number two. Let's get to number three. This is Luke chapter 4 and verse 30. But I'm not going to start at 30, but that's the basis. Luke chapter 4 and verse 30. But I'm going to read some scriptures before that, though, so we can understand what we read. So this is Luke chapter 4 and I'm going to pick it up at verse 1. I always like to start at verse 1, man, because it gives you the basis of what's going on. So this is Luke chapter 4 and verse 1. Then I'll tell y'all when I'm going to skip down. It says, and Yahshua, being full of the Holy Ghost, returned from Jordan and was led by the Spirit into the wilderness, being 40 days tempted of the devil. And in those days he did eat nothing. And when they were ended, he was afterward hungry. And the devil said unto him, if thou be the son of Elohim, command this stone that it be made bread. And Yahshua answered him, saying, it is written, that man should not live by bread alone, but by every word of our Elohim. And the devil taketh him up into a high mountain, and show unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. Hold up, listen. These are nuggets we have to catch. Even Hashatan, in a moment of time, showed Yahshua all the kingdoms of the world. In a moment of time, even Hashatan was able to show Yahshua all the kingdoms of the world. What is Hashatan working on right now? Not only is he trying to open different portals, not only is he trying to get man to teleport, He's trying to mimic the things of the scriptures. He's trying to mimic the things of the scriptures. The only thing, Hashatan, you fall short because you're not omnipotent. You're omnipresent. You are none of these things. So you fall short. You fall short. But he did show Yahshua all the kingdoms in a moment. It was so quick. In a moment of time, he showed it to him. Everything. Verse 6. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me, and to whomsoever I will, I give it. Now you understand why it's so hard for you to make it in the society of what you trying to accomplish. Because not only is you doing the will of Yah, but you also have other things that you want to accomplish that line up with his purpose. He never told you you could not start a business. He never told you you could not better your life. He never said any of these things. He said wherever your heart is, that's where your treasure going to be. So whatever you chase the most, that's where you're going to get the most attention to. So because we seek first the kingdom, and then he add all these other things for us to obtain to better your life. But seek first his purpose and his kingdom and not your own. That's all. That's all, family. But anybody telling you that the Lord wants you to be dirt poor, they lying to you. Because he say, occupy till I come. That means whatever you got going on, continue to do that until he comes. You still have to eat. You still have to pay bills. And because they're making everything high, I don't believe in inflation. I believe they created inflation. Something that don't happen naturally, that means they created it. They raised the prices up to push you out of your homes. They raised the prices up of food that you can't afford it. These things are created by man. These are not naturally done. Man is doing this. So inflation is created and caused by man. The house market and house bubble is created by man. You mean to tell me that back in the day, you can get a 2-story house for $150,000, $180-something, 2-story, 5-bedroom. But now a 3-bedroom costs $348,000. You want me to believe that? And then the material that they use is trash. The roof is trash. The doorknobs are trash. Everything is trash. It's all plastic. Nothing is real that they use. The material is garbage. That's why your house fall apart after 6 months. Touching on the doorknob, it fall apart. You go in your kitchen. The doorknobs on the kitchen drawers are falling apart. The ice box is raggedy. Your washer and dryer don't last long because the material that they use is trash, but they charging you $400,000 for a house and you still gonna buy it? You still gonna buy it, right? And don't say they don't have the material, because look at your celebrity houses. Look at the brick. Look at the mortar that they use. Look at the design of their houses and look at your house. Your house costs $400,000. And you got a 3-bedroom with no closet space. Your garage is small. Your kitchen little. But you happy to have a house, huh? They messing over you, dog. They messing over y'all. Don't believe none of this stuff is all created by man. Everything is created and designed. The destruction, everything that you see is designed by man. The Most High allowing it to happen, though. Don't get it twisted. But they're destroying themselves from within. And the Most High is the one who orchestrates everything. But I'm telling you, inflation is designed by man. They raise the prices up, bringing the prices down. The stock market, all this stuff up and down, the bubble, house bubble, is all created by man. Straight up. So when I hear people talking about, well, the reason why we got inflation is because we go to war or because there's too many people on the earth, man, you sound goofy. Don't you know how much land it is all around the world? But America got you believing we overpopulated, and you believe them too, huh? With all this land everywhere. Stop it, man. Use your brain. Use common sense. It's land enough for everybody to go around. It's enough land for black people to get away from white folk and go on an island somewhere. But they'll never let that happen because they want you to believe that we overpopulated. They want you to believe that this is the only place in the world that you can be. But that's not true. He who controls the media controls the narrative. He who controls the microphone can paint the picture any way he wants. It's called predictive programming. You keep putting it out there long enough, people are going to gravitate to it and believe it. And that's what we have. People don't like dealing with reality. They deal with emotions. But reality trump your emotions. It trump your emotions. America got a lot of y'all emotional. Somebody tell you the truth, you get emotional. Somebody tell you this not a country but a corporation, you get emotional. Somebody tell you the money that they use is not backed up by anything, it's just paper. You're killing over paper. You're killing over paper. Eventually, it won't mean nothing. When I ask people who has the strongest currency in the world, they tell me America. I say, brother, you need to do some research. You must have heard of the European common market. You must have heard about Europe's trading bloc. They have the largest trading bloc in the world, and their money surpass America dollar, by 10 to 20 times over. It's called the euro. That's the money that the European Economic Community use. That's why they signed the treaties of Rome, to bring Europe into one common market, to do trades of services and goods in Europe. So do some research and stop thinking that America is this superpower. America is despicable and weak. This whore is going down. That's why all her lovers don't defend her no more. They running from this whore because she abominable and defiled with too many lovers. The woman have diseases that she have spread all over the world and have infected many nations. Nobody want this whore no more. Now watch this. Satan showed Yahshua all the kingdoms in a moment. Watch this. Jump down to verse 25. Jump down to verse 25 and watch this supernatural event. But I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Israel in the days of Elias, when the heavens were shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was throughout all the land. But unto none of them was Elias sent, save unto Saphatah, a city of Sidon, unto a woman that was a widow. And many lepers were in Israel in the time of Elias, the prophet, and none of them was cleansed, save Nahum, the Syrian. And all they in the synagogues, when they heard these things, was filled with wrath, and rose up, and thrust him out of the city, and led him unto the brow of the hill, whereof their city was built, that they might cast him down headlong. They tried to throw Yahshua off a cliff. They tried to throw our king, Hamashiach, off a hill, a cliff. They wanted to throw him down headlong. But somebody have to explain this to me. Now remember, all these people came out the city. They surrounded the Hamashiach. How did he do this supernatural thing? Verse 30. But he passing through the midst of them went his way. Hold up, man. Whoa. Hold up. How did you pass through the crowd so fast? You mean to tell me these people got you at the brow of the hill? They surrounded you. It's like being at the tip of the hill when you swing your arms because you're about to fall. And all of a sudden, you mean to tell me you passed through this crowd so fast and went through the midst of them and they didn't see you? Y'all better read these scriptures, man. Yahshua was doing supernatural things. He did it with Philip. He showed the disciples. He did it right here. And this is not the only time he passed through the crowd where they could not see him. This is supernatural. This cannot be explained. What did he do? You can't go through no crowd that fast. That Bible say he passed in the midst of them and went his way. How? How? Supernatural, family. Our King is real. And this Bible is real. Me and Sister Naphtali have a live we gonna do together about all the contradictions in the Bible that people say are contradictions. Don't you know if you listen to man and you throw away this New Testament, you're gonna miss all these treasures? You're gonna miss all the works of your great King. If the Old Testament is the only book I'm supposed to read, and the things that are written in the Old Testament, and you want me to throw away the New Testament, where can I find the fulfillment of the things written in the Old? You got to give me something. Come on, give me something. Since your mouth so big and you open it wide as a sepulcher, where can I find the fulfillment of the things written in the Old? I have to bear witness to these things. Where can I find the witnesses to bear record of the things written in the Old? Since y'all have so much to say who don't believe in the Hamashiach, who don't believe in the New Testament, who don't believe in Brother Paul, y'all have so much to say, but I'm asking a good question. Where can I find the fulfillment? I keep asking y'all to show me the errors of Brother Paul. I'm asking for anybody. I'm talking about you niggas in the back, you know, the ones who got, like the gang say, show me the errors of Paul. What I don't understand about men, y'all talk a good game until you have to be face to face with somebody who have knowledge. From the comic section, it sounds good. In the comic section in the chat, it sounds believable. But when you have to face a man and he asks you, show the contradictions, show where Brother Paul was in error. Things change when we face to face. Just because you talk don't mean you right. Just because your words sound intellectual and you put it together good don't mean you right. Our forefather Paul was not false. He was the truth. He was so intellectual and so smart. The way he write things, you just can't grasp because you are not walking in the spirit of Yah. Anybody who's not walking in the spirit, you will not get the full understanding from Genesis to Revelation. That's why a lot of y'all understanding is limited. Because you have a one-track mind. You just like your forefather, the Pharisees, who had traditions of their fathers. They didn't want the way that Yahshua was trying to bring them, which was the right way. They still wanted to do traditions of their fathers. They wanted the old way, which is the way of their fathers. And that way leads to death. That's why the Bible say, except your righteousness surpass the righteousness of the Pharisees, you would not enter into the kingdom. I hope you Negroes are listening. It don't matter if you can quote 1,000 scriptures. It don't matter how many times you're standing on the street corner and say you feeding the sheep. If your spirit is not right and you have no relationship with Yah and his son, you are dead, bruh. You don't have to believe me that you dead. When you are raised up, you will see you dead. You don't have to believe me that the Son is real. When you raise up and see him, you're going to be dead. Because if he cast you in a lake of fire, that's the second death, you're dead. That means you did not make what you should have made, which is the first resurrection. You made the second death, which have no power. Then you stand before the throne and the books are open. And then you get cast into the lake of fire. So you mean to tell me you was an Israelite for 20 and 30 years just to die? Just to go to hell? You did all this and still went to hell. All that tough talking, all that screaming, all that fighting against the scriptures. Boy, you went to hell. And then you got in front of Yahshua and say you were sorry when we kept trying to tell you over and over again that he come in the volume of the book. What is this book called? It's a record. Who gave the record? The Father. All you got to do is go read 1 John chapter 5, verse 7 on down to 11. He going to tell you that he that believed the record that I gave of my son, the witness is in himself. That means the witness is in the person who studied the record. The Bible say he that say he have not given the record, you calling the Father a liar. But I thought y'all love the Father. But you just call him a liar because the record and coming in the volume of the book is what Yahshua telling you. I come in the volume of the book. It is, what is the volume? That's the whole book. Not just part of a book, the whole book. But y'all calling him a liar. They say, nope, you won't come in no volume of the book. So who we supposed to believe, Yahshua or you? A flawed man with no understanding. And even if you do have a little understanding, you still lack understanding. Because the Bible said, with all your get understanding. But K. Judah, they got some understanding ain't good enough. Genesis to Revelation, you're supposed to get understanding. So if you lack understanding, it's your own desire to lack understanding because you telling me, man, shut that New Testament down. Shut that God have a son down. Shut it down. But I'm supposed to listen to you, a person who lack understanding, and you gonna tell me my father is lying when he showed me the truth from Genesis to Revelation that this whole Bible, this record is the truth? And I'm supposed to listen to you? That's why I don't lean on man for understanding, family. I lean on Yahshua and the Most High. When he knock at the door of my mind, it's always open for the Father and the Son. My mind is always open for the Father and the Son because he's my Father. And whatever my Father asks me to do, I obey. The same way I obey my mother in all things with no question. Why I got to do that? Why you want me to do it? I never asked anything. I just obeyed because she's the mother. I'm the child. He's my father. I'm the child. I obey my father. My father told me he gave a record of his son. I believe my father. My father say he sent his son down here to die for the sins of the children of Israel. And whoever believe according to faith, I believe my father. If my father told me his son suffered for many to have life, I believe my father. My father told me that his son was in Genesis in the beginning. I believe my father. I have never dealt with the Father. I believe I'm only dealing with the Son because that's what the book say. Well, K. Judah, it said there's no gods beside him. We already broke that down. I told you, you lack understanding. See, y'all trying to get me. I know what y'all be doing, but the Lord be showing me, and he don't have to speak to me to show me. He showed me by y'all actions. He showed me by when I get on the panel with y'all, you try to trip me up in my words. See, y'all not real brethren. Because instead of you trying to learn the understanding that's given, you want to trip me up to make me look bad in front of an audience. I'm not a dummy. So I let you talk. Get it all out. And then I let this Bible handle business. Because while you talking, I'm reading. I'm proving for the gang sales can be shut down and be quiet and go in the corner for 5 or 10 minutes. Because you need to be in timeout. I am not lying to y'all when I say men do not ask me questions because they won't understand it. They ask me questions, y'all, to trip me up in my words. And the Lord then showed me this through the Spirit, because it keep happening every time I get on the panel. Why would somebody want to push back against me reading the scriptures? Have you ever asked yourself that? When you hear people say, well, I want to push back a little bit. If I'm telling you that the Bible is a record and Yahshua is the truth, what is there to push back on? That means you trying to get me caught up in something. So when you ask me questions, you say, well, brother, what about this and what about that? But now look at this and look at that. I just read it to you, bro. I just read it. The Bible is a record. And then I went to 1 John 5:7 and actually read it, that he gave a record of his son. There is nothing to ask. It's right there. But that's not enough for some of these men. They actually want to trip you up. You know why? Because they want to embarrass you in front of an audience. So the audience is going to say, that boy K. Judah got body. He got toe up. Yeah, I told y'all he don't got the understanding y'all thought he had. K. Judah got body. That's all they want to do, fam. They want to body me. But you can't body the spirit, goofy. Because I am not doing this of my own accord. I am walking in the spirit of Yah. And I remain humble with my understanding. That's why I'm a good listener when it comes to my brothers. I listen. I don't do all that talking. I listen. So when my brothers and sisters ask me questions, I can respond according to the question. That's why I got to listen instead of doing all that talking, because you have understanding. You think you know so much, but you know so little. Everybody who have told me the Bible have contradictions, the Bible have bodied them all one by one. That's why people don't come bothering me. Let's just keep it real. It's a reason why you don't bother me, because you thinking in your mind, where can we get him at? He don't take money. He don't beg. He don't have Patreon. He don't put his cash up. He not seeking women, and people coming out saying, yeah, he DM me. He tried to holler at me on the low. Man, where can we get this brother at? We can't get him in the scriptures because he reading the scriptures. And every time we fight against him, he drop his link. We won't go up there. How can we get K. Judah? There's nowhere to get me, goofy. Because I think before I act, and I move according to the spirit. I'm not going to ever give you any occasion to put dirt on my name and speak evil on my name. So I'm going to continue to walk in the spirit, goofy. Because I know what you men think. I know how y'all move. You only want to make a man look bad in the face of Israel so you could diminish that man to the Lord denominator. And why they want to do such a thing, family? Because they wicked and evil. This not no brotherly love. These niggas want me so bad, y'all have no idea. They want to body me. Bad, family. They want to get me caught up in my words and flip the scriptures up on my head so where they can say, we got them. Oh, boy, hey, the video's going to come then. That's all they want, y'all. So I keep trying to tell y'all, this ain't no brotherly love. These niggas is not brothers. But all you hear is niggas talk about, man, pray for your brother. Pray for your other brother. Man, stop talking to me, dog. You pray for these niggas. Y'all pray for them. I don't pray for the wicked, bro. I don't pray for a brother who pretend to be a brother and he really wicked in his mind trying to get me to fall off a cliff. You say that's my brother? Somebody just hit me up the other day, found my channel through the spirit and said, I'm new to this, brother, so bear with me. I said, no problem. Any questions you have, please feel free to ask. This person been asking questions and write me, and I love it because that's what I'm here for, to edify my people where I can, the understanding that's being given. Whatever questions a person have, I am here to answer them. I don't get mad when people disagree with me. I don't get mad when you ask your questions. That's not what I'm here for, family. I'm not here to make you look bad. I'm not here to flip you up and trip you up in your words. But everybody don't have that mentality. Some people are actually in this truth just to make you look bad. They have to get you. That's why you go to some of these platforms, what you see. When they get on them panels, they start cursing each other out. They start fighting over the scriptures. One person saying, no, this not right, this right, no, this wrong, this not wrong. And they arguing with each other, y'all, and one trying to body the other one. And once one of them get body and one get proven wrong, the people in the audience, they start hee-heeing and ha-haing the brother that got put to shame. So when the one brother get put to shame, another brother get exalted. Do y'all see how this go? One brother got put to shame, so they exalt the other brother for putting him to shame. This is what's going on in this awakening, family. This is not something you should want to be a part of as far as trying to join anybody. You better try the spirit. You better walk with Yahshua and the Most High alone first and let them guide individuals to you who are of your spirit and the right spirit, who's walking in Yah's spirit and Yahshua's spirit, who's about Yah's program and not their own program. Y'all better wake up. I pray all the time and say, Yah, please reveal to me the hearts and minds of the people. Because not everybody that say blessings on you, brother, is coming from a good place. Not everybody that salute you is coming from a good place. Not everybody say they're going to pray for you is praying to the right creator. Some people say they pray for you, but actually praying against you. Some people say they love you, but they don't show it in action. Did you not know you can cut for somebody, but you don't love them? I mean, you don't support them, but you cut for them. You know, you like what they do. But you don't really got no genuinely love. You got that stuff I call lip service. True love is unfeigned. It's unfeigned. Unfeigned. Y'all know what the word I'm trying to say. True, genuinely love cannot be reduced to nothing. It's going to always hold a high frequency. Always. Let me say that again. True love, genuinely love, that frequency going to be high. But a nigga who trying to get you, talking about he love you and he respect what you do, but he really don't. Let me tell y'all something before I go. When you hear a person say, I got a lot of love for you, brother. I respect everything you do, but here it come. When the nigga say but, and they ain't got no love for you, dog. It shouldn't be no buts in love. It shouldn't be no buts in genuinely love, bro. You either respect what I do or you don't. All that button and all that, bro. If I got love for you, I will ride with you till the wheels fall off. I will ride with you and have your back. You will have a true friend indeed in K. Judah if I got love for you. It is not for me to try and love everybody I see, because not everybody is worthy of your love and your energy and the frequency that y'all have you on. When are you going to stop dealing with emotions and deal with reality? Not everybody that look like you is you. Your skin color don't make you my family. The spirit do. Is you walking in the spirit? Are you vibrating on a higher frequency? Is you walking in love? I'm talking about genuinely love. Most people don't love black people. How can you love a people that you keep diminishing every day? How can you love a people you talk down on every day? You supposed to encourage and build up the weak and feeble, but you niggas don't do that. You break down the weak and feeble. Why are they leaving the truth? Why are they running from Yah? Why are they going back into the world? Is it their fault? No, it's not their fault. It's the leader's fault. It's their teacher's fault. You are going to be whole accountable for all the souls you led back into the world. You are going to die for these souls that you have destroyed. Their blood is on you, boy. Keep playing. Keep thinking it's a game. Because judgment don't come swiftly. Y'all think you're getting away with it, huh? You're not, though. You're not. Y'all will put us to death for playing with his people. Israel is the apple of this man's eye. So you think he gonna sit back and watch you destroy the apple of his eye with your stupidity? Talking about Yah chose you, but you don't bear the fruits of one that is chosen. A man and woman that is chosen by Yah, we gonna see the evidence. It's like going to court, present the evidence. I don't see a lot of evidence. I just see a lot of talking. Most of you men are not chosen by Yah. Most of you men are chosen by Hashatan. And you transform yourself like you chosen by Yah. You are destroying these people, man. People just don't understand. They are being destroyed daily. I was on Naphtali panel. And a brother got on the panel yesterday. And he said that in Isaiah 66 and verse 17, when it say, the Lord will come with fire, and his chariots like a whirlwind, and will render his anger with rebukes and flames of fire. And everyone that hide behind one tree, eating swine's flesh, and the abomination of the mouth shall be consumed together. This brother interjected in the scripture that he was talking about the food in your icebox. It never said that, family. So I got up there and say, this is the problem. Private interpretation. It never said nothing about the food in our icebox. Why would you interject that? He's just talking about the people that defiled themselves with abominable foods according to the dietary law. That's it. Keep it simple. We don't need to add, man. Just keep it simple. Everybody want to add and interject something that don't belong there. Keep it simple. Christ say, my burden is not hard, it is light. Christ say the simplicity of the scriptures. Simplicity. Keep it simple. He never said the food in your icebox is what he was talking about. But the brother interjected that in there and then ran off the panel. Then I knew where he was going. Then he was trying to kick against the Messiah. Because he was talking about all y'all that's messianic. I'm telling y'all, please, family, try the spirit. Try the spirit, family. Please. Please. A lot of these men are not chosen by Yah. And if somebody say, well, how we know you chosen? Well, hey, your job is to critique me. Go through my channel and find videos where you can find me lying and deceiving the people. Just go. That's how you can show. Watch my behavior. Look at the things that come out of my mouth. Look at who I'm disrespecting. That's how you know. Is I'm telling you what does say the Lord? Is if I'm telling you what does say K. Judah? That's how you know. Don't ask me how we know you chosen. Look at the evidence. Look at the fruit. Find the problem. You know y'all good at that anyway. Finding error in other brothers. So go find the errors and do your job, Negro. Find some on me. That's all you got to do. It's not my job to tell you nothing about me. It's your job, since you want to critique me so much, it's your job to go find what you're looking for. And I hope you find it. Because according to this Israelite community, there is no women who gonna come out and say he DM me. He tried to holler at me on the low. He was sneak talk. Nope, you won't find that. Among my CUC sisters, you won't find no strange behavior from me. They're gonna tell you K. Judah is very respectful among the sisters. Because I have 6 sisters. So I know how to behave in the midst of women where it don't get perverted. So you can't get me right there. I don't try to holler at women. So what else you gonna use? I don't beg for money. Come on, give me some more. I don't put my cash app out there. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have donation buttons. Come on, Negro. What you gonna use? You gonna call me a false teacher? You're gonna have to prove that. And how you gonna do that? How you gonna do that, Negro? So what we displayed today was the supernatural things that Yahshua displayed in the scriptures. Number 1, what we call teleporting today is what he did when he appeared in front of the disciples. Number two, Philip and Abner. I got a good one. Me and my brother Abner was just talking on the phone the other day. And we was talking about Jerusalem. So Abner, when Philip met the eunuch of Ethiopia, the Bible said that the eunuch of Ethiopia, which we know was an Israelite, he was just scattered in Ethiopia. He was coming from Ethiopia, Abner, to go to Jerusalem to worship. But I thought Jerusalem was in Ethiopia. But Philip baptized the eunuch. And out of nowhere, family, the angel caught away Philip. Listen again. He caught him away, meaning they was gone. What did they do? What we call teleport. The Bible said that they tried to throw Yahshua off a hill. He passed so fast through the midst of them, they didn't know where he was. How did he do it? These are supernatural events that has to be studied. When I think about Yahshua, not only do I get chills over my body. When I think about Yah, not only do I get chills over my body. When I look at his creation, when I look at the animals, I was watching the Animal Channel the other day and started jumping up and down. Why, K. Judah? Because it blows my mind that the brain of Yah and his son is so vast and so wide in range. Look at the creatures that he created, and I want you to tell me, do they have a teacher? How do a monkey know how to swing on a tree without a teacher? How do a lion know how to hunt the prey without a teacher? How do hyenas know how to run in packs without a teacher? What about your wolves? Your wolves work together and run in packs. I wonder why. Who taught them to do such a thing? Or is Yah so wonderful that he already put it in their genetic makeup what to do? Look at the intelligence of an elephant. How do certain animals know? How do certain animals and mammals know not to mess with the other animals and mammals, but other ones they will go after, and some they won't go after? Like a alligator won't mess with a hippopotamus. I wonder why. But he'll attack everything else. Now he will go after a baby, but he won't mess with that mama and that daddy. I wonder why. Do y'all see this? His mind is vast and wide in range. When I look at a kangaroo, when the baby is being born, it's inside the pouch of the mother. Even when she's running, she put the baby in the pouch. Who taught her to do that? Who taught her to lean back on her tail and throw punches? Who taught these ants how to work together and store their food for the summer? Who taught a spider how to web? Who? Who taught the honey badger, the Most High so cold, that the honey badger is the only creature who can be bitten by a poisonous snake and sleep it out for a couple hours and walk it off? Power. Power. Beyond understanding. Power. The honey badger is so little in size, but the Most High put a heart inside of him that surpasses all understanding. If he getting jumped by 4, he don't back down. If it's 4-on-1, he don't back down. He'll grab a poisonous snake and rip it in half. After being bit, just take a nap and wake up and walk it off. That's power. Who taught him how to do such a thing? And you gonna tell me y'all not real? You cannot explain the animal kingdom. You cannot explain how an eagle is the only bird that can go so high. And with those eyes, he see everything. He see it all. Family, all I can do is just give you what's written and love you enough genuinely to tell you the truth. I really believe, and it's just me, family, you have the right to go to any platform you want. Because there's a lot of Israelite brothers and sisters. I'm talking about a lot of good teachers, a lot of good brothers and sisters, and they doing a great job. And these are the ones you should listen to. But I forewarn you, you have some Israelites you should not listen to. You know why? Because when you listening to the good teachers, and then you take your energy and go listen to a misleading teacher, you are going to be confused. Because you are not strong enough yet to be listening to 20 different people. Because you are still on the milk. Once you get on the meat, now you can decipher lies and truth. But when you first coming in, you need to ask Yah to guide you to a potent teacher that's going to teach you the truth. And once you get strong enough to bear the truth, then you can branch off and ask Yah, teach me how to discern between doctrine, which is sound doctrine, and false doctrine. Teach me, Lord, how to discern between sound doctrine and false doctrine. But you need to wait to do such a thing, because some of y'all, you go to all type of platforms, and now you bringing your bad doctrine to platforms that's teaching right. And now you trying to argue with the teacher on what he teaching because you heard a man tell you something that was false. I had a person come to me one time back in the day and say reincarnation is in the Bible. I say, show it to me. The dude couldn't show me what reincarnation was. I said, the Bible say man is appointed to die once. Something so simple that y'all make a major problem. He said die once. You telling me I come back as my ancestors. So I asked a good question to him. I say, if I come back as my ancestors and I come back over and over again, who gonna die for my sins? Because if I keep coming back over and over again, I gotta die for a lot of people's sins. I mean, that's what you're saying. I'm coming back as my ancestors, so that means I gotta die for a lot of sins. Not just my sins, but whoever I'm coming back as, their sins. Come on, man, think about that, man. Stop it. You're gonna only die for your sins. And you're only gonna be raised up to be judged. Not no 20 other people, you. Why would the Most High send you back when he wouldn't even send the rich man back that was in hell when he just wanted to dip his water in the finger? Why he didn't send him back and give him another chance then? I told y'all common sense must apply. It must apply. He wouldn't even send the rich man back to his family, but he gonna send you back. So like I said, if you go look up the word teleporting, just look it up. It's going to tell you to go from one place to another in an instance. That's exactly what Yahshua did when he was raised from the dead. And he told Mary, go tell my brethren that I am raised. Why did he have to get Mary away from him? Do anybody know the answer? Why did Yahshua tell Mary to go tell my brethren? What was he telling her that for? Let's iron sharpen iron real quick. Why did Yahshua tell Mary to get her away from him, to go to his brethren? He had to do something, family. And he didn't do it in front of her. He waited till she was gone. What did he do? I'm going to wait for y'all to get an answer, because I know y'all know it. What did Yahshua do? He told Mary, go tell my brethren that they should find me here. Go tell them that I'm risen. And when she left to go tell them, thank you, he had to go up to heaven, family, before the Father. He ascended on high to be accepted as the first fruit offering, like in Leviticus 23. When you go before the priest, you bring the first fruit of all the increase, and the priest wave it on the morrow after the Sabbath day. When did Yahshua tell Mary not to touch him? On the morrow after the Sabbath day, which is the first day of the week. So Yahshua tells Mary, I must ascend to my father and your father. So he tells Mary, go tell my brethren I am raised, because he had to go to the Father. And then he came back down, and what did he tell one of the disciples? Stick your hand in my side. But why he wouldn't let Mary touch him in that instance? Because he has not yet been weighed before the Father, family. So once he was weighed before the Father, what did he do? As the door was closed where the disciples were sitting, in an instant, Yahshua appeared in front of them, what we call today teleport. Going from one place to another in an instance. He did that. I got something else to show y'all. This is going to blow y'all mind. Watch this. And this will be last, and then I'm out of here. I want to say big salute to all the beloved CUC family, FOPE family, ADUIC family, the Honey Badger gang, my sister Neftali. There was a great live yesterday. And I want to say this to my sister Neftali while I have her here. Neftali, you continue to be strong, and I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. I was in your chat, and we can't read people's minds, but the Most High do let us know according to the Spirit how men are moving and the spirit that they come with. So as Neftali is on the panel, she having a discussion with the brother, and the brother was very humble brother. It was a great discussion. But I noticed every time Neftali make a point, the old Waspy boards was in the building. Oh man, she don't know what she talking about, man. Oh yeah, the brother, he cooking. So what they was doing is that what Neftali was bringing forth, they was trying to diminish. But every time the brother spoke, oh man, he cooking. He bringing it out. Yeah, man, he cooking Neftali. Y'all see what I'm saying? That's what I'm telling y'all about. That spirit right there. They trying to act like she was getting cooked. And all it was a discussion. She wasn't getting cooked at all. Because like I said when I got on the panel, nobody can tell me I can't eat meat. What you can do is give me some advice on why it's not good for me. But if you tell me according to the law, now you being disingenuous, because there's no law say I can't eat meat. So my thing is, why fight so hard to prove something that can't be proven? All you can do is give me your advice that I shouldn't eat it. That's it. So this is when you know you're on the right track, Neftali. The old Waspy boys, I mean, they was against what you were saying, what you was proving. It don't matter how many scriptures we was putting in the chat, what you was saying. The brother was cooking you, because that's all they cared about. You getting cooked. Didn't I just tell y'all that? That some of these men, they just love for people to get cooked. That's what it's all about. Making somebody look bad and diminishing their information to uplift another brother on high. And that's what all they was doing in the chat, fam. So I just want to encourage my sister Neftali that you know you're on the right track, because you have so much opposition. For what reason? The brother wasn't saying anything that was deep, and he was a humble brother, but he wasn't going into the scriptures or the text and really bringing forth nothing. Like, come on, man. Y'all was having a discussion. You made your points. He made his points, but they made it look like you was getting whooped. And that ain't the case at all. Nobody was getting whooped. It was just a discussion, but not in their mind though, because they hate the Most High so much in his word, family, that they're in opposition of the truth. And we must understand that, family. These are not, our kinfolk. These are enemies of Yah. I'm just keeping it real. Yeah, they look like us, but they hate Yah's word. They are trying to destroy Yah's word in every instance. Right. That's why I say they are just opposition of the truth. and the spirit that you're walking in. Yeah, I don't think they hate you at all. I just think they're in opposition of the truth, which is the Most High's truth and Yahshua's truth that we bring in as a people. So you keep doing what you're doing, Dolly, because you're doing a great job. You make people think, and you bring a new school of thought, things that people not even thinking of, you bring forth to get us to, man, I never thought of that. That's a good point. That's what we're supposed to do with each other. Get each other to think. You got to go outside the box. That's why when I hear people say, I don't read outside books, I don't argue with them. I just tell them I do, and that's it. I go about my business. What I'm going to stand there and argue with you for? If you don't want to read the outside books, that's not for me to get mad at you because you don't want to read the outside books. If you want to limit your understanding, that's you. But I won't understand it. So I read. A matter of fact, I got a book right now called The Complete Books of the Apocrypha. Let me see. Hold up. This book is called The Complete 54 Books of the Apocrypha. It have 1 to 3 Enoch, the Giants, Jasher, Jubilees, Pickaswigopher, and the Apostolic Fathers. It also have the life of Adam and Eve in here, which I already read. I read the whole thing about Adam and Eve, and man, dog, I almost dropped a tear. Let me tell y'all something, man, before I get up out of here. I'm telling y'all, the Bible is beautiful. The Most High is beautiful. Yahshua is beautiful. When I was reading the life of Adam and Eve, he told the angels, man, get Adam out of here. Cast him out. Did y'all know the angels felt so bad for Adam that Yahshua had to tell the angels, why did y'all stop from casting him out? Christ said, did I sin? Have I done wrong? And they fell on their knees and said, no, Lord, all your judgments are right. So they asked Adam, what you want us to do? Because Adam is crying, he weeping. And Adam said, can you ask the Lord, can I go back into the garden and get 4 kind of seeds? And the Lord said, yes. I almost dropped a tear, dog. You know why? Because even in the midst of him being mad at Adam for eating at the table of Hashatan, even getting mad at the angels for not casting him out when he told them to, because they felt bad for him, he still let him go back into the garden and get the 4 seeds. You talk about mercy. You talk about grace. You talk about love that we will never understand coming from the Father. Even in the midst of casting him out, he still let him go back and get them seeds. So that's why I don't let nobody tell me about my Yah. I don't let nobody tell me about my King. When you truly believe with all your heart, nobody won't be able to deceive you on nothing. It won't be nothing they can say against your Father. Nothing they can say against your King to divert you out the way. You're going to continue to go on that narrow path that leads to life. And you're going to find it too. Because your heart and your mind is right with Yah. And he know you genuinely love him. How you show it? By studying his word and walking in his spirit and the spirit of his son. That's it, family. Even in the midst when we do wrong, he still love you. Now, he going to chastise us, but he still got his arms wrapped around you in love. Still got his arms wrapped around you. I'm going to go and get out of here, man, because I was going to read that scripture, but I'll just give it to y'all. You can read it on your own. This is, when y'all get a chance, read John chapter 6. Start at verse 1 and stop at verse 21. 1 to 21. What you're going to find out in that passage before I go is that Yahshua, he just got through feeding the 5,000. He going to a mountain. It's getting dark. The disciples go on a boat. All of a sudden, a strong wind came. Now they're in the midst of this wind blowing, and they're afraid. All of a sudden, now remember, Yahshua was in the mountain at first. He was praying. But all of a sudden, they saw him walking on the water. I want y'all to listen again. He was in the mountain. And then he was walking on the water. They thought they saw a ghost. So as he coming towards them, they see that it's Yahshua. He tell them, it is me. It is I. Be not afraid. Peter say, can I come out there? He say, yeah, come on. Peter, he's walking on water. All of a sudden, he get afraid and he starts sinking. He took his eyes off the Messiah. You got to stay focused on the Messiah. You won't sink, Peter. Keep your eyes on the King, Peter. You wouldn't have never went down in the water. Anyway, he grabbed Peter by the hand and said, oh, you a little faith. So watch this. This the supernatural event. Now remember, they're in the midst of the sea and the wind is going crazy, right? But when Yahshua got on the boat, they say immediately they was at the shore. Did y'all just hear me? Yahshua got on the boat and immediately they was already at shore. Supernatural event, family. That's what I'm telling y'all. How did they get to shore so fast? The Bible say when he got on the boat, immediately they was already at shore. So you know how you look up and you be like, hold up, man, what happened? Hold up. Man, we were just in the midst of that water. Man, how we get to shore so fast? Supernatural, man. Supernatural. Pay attention to these type of things. That's why the disciples say, man, you are the Son of God. Even the winds and the waves obey thee. They knew, man. Why you think he went into the mountain? Because they tried to make him king, but it wasn't time for that yet. Read these scriptures, family. John chapter 6, 1-21. And you ask yourself, how did they get to shore so fast? When he entered the boat, they was already at shore, it say. Immediately they got there. Now, you can't tell me they was rowing that fast now, because the Bible already said they was by 15 to 30 furlongs. Well, they was rowing, but they weren't going nowhere because that wind was blowing, and they was afraid. But once Yahshua got on that boat with them, it say immediately they was at shore. These are things to think about, family. I love y'all with a pure heart. Big salute to my beloved family. I know we are internet family, but boy, I love y'all, and I can't wait to meet each and every one of y'all. Whether it's here or whether we get in the kingdom, if we be so blessed. To the CUC family, to that FOPE family, and the ADUIC family, our sister Naphtali, and all my beloved brothers and sisters who support all of our platforms. We thank y'all, we appreciate it, and we pray that y'all learning something to further your understanding in the scriptures, that you may walk on that narrow path, and that you may find life, and that you may find the truth, and that you may find the way. I say big salute, family. And your brother K. Judah want to say, Shalom.